Dear students, in this episode, we are going to discuss on the map projection and drawing graticules. This episode consists of the following submodules: Introduction, Introduction to map projections and overview, Families of map projection, Geographic coordinate system, Classification of map projections, Conical projection, Cylindrical projection, and finally zenithal projection. Introduction. A map projection is a systematic transformation of latitudes and longitudes of locations on the surface of a sphere or an ellipsoid into locations on a plane. Map projections are necessary for creating maps. All map projections distort the surface in some fashion. Depending upon the purpose of the map, some distortions are acceptable and others are not. Therefore, different map projections exist in order to preserve some properties of the sphere-like body at the expense of other properties. There is no limit to the number of possible map projections. Introduction to map projections and overview. All map projections have some type of distortion or deformation. Depending on the projection properties, the distortion may be of area, shape, size, distance, direction, or scale. No map projection is free from all distortions, but each contains only some distortion. The cartographer or map maker must select a projection which will result in a minimum of distortion in relation to the map theme or purpose, the amount of land area shown, and the portion of the Earth's surface being represented on the map. Families of map projection. Map projections are grouped into three families. They are conical, cylindrical, and azimuthal projections. Projections forming a variation on the cylindrical family. These families are based on the configuration of the plane onto which the globe is projected. Each family is suitable for representing selected areas of the globe. Each family produces a different appearance of the grid or the graticules on the projected planar surface. And each family allows for tangent or secant case of tangency with the globe. These and other projection concepts and principles are explained below. Before we get into map projections, we need to understand the geographic coordinate system. Geographic coordinate system, the graticules. A map projection is a systematic arrangement of the Earth's parallel and meridians onto a plane surface. These meridians and parallels become the projection graticules. The graticules takes on different forms depending on the type of projection, plane surface, the point or line of tangency, the aspect, and the direction of an imaginary projection light source. One of the most common coordinate systems in use is geographic coordinate system, which uses degrees of latitude and longitude to describe a location on the Earth's surface. Lines of latitudes run parallel to the equator and divide the Earth into 180 equal positions from north to south or south to north. The reference latitude is the equator and each hemisphere is divided into 90 equal portions, each representing 1 degree of latitude. In the northern hemisphere, degrees of latitudes are measured from 0 at the equator to 90 at the north pole. In the southern hemisphere, degrees of latitude are measured from 0 at the equator to 90 degrees at the south pole. Lines of longitudes run perpendicular to the equator and converge at the poles. The reference line of longitude, that is the prime meridian, runs from the north pole to the south pole through Greenwich, England. Subsequent lines of longitudes are measured from 0 to 180 degrees east or west of the prime meridian. At the equator and only at the equator, the distance represented by one line of longitude is equal to distance represented by 1 degree of latitude. As you move towards the poles, the distance between lines of latitudes becomes progressively less until at the exact location of the pole, all 360 degrees of longitude are represented by a single point. Further, the degrees are divided into minutes and seconds. There are 60 minutes in a degree and 60 seconds in a minute, about 3600 seconds in a degree. So, at the equator, 1 second of latitude or longitude is equal to 101.3 feet. Classification of projections. Map projections are classified both on the basis of the developable surface used for its construction and the qualitative attributes. According to the surface used for transforming the network of parallels and meridians, there are three types of map projections. Number 1, conical projections on a conical surface, cylindrical projections on a cylindrical surface, and finally zenithal projection on a tangent plane surface. These three types of projections are also called as perspective projections, implying use of light for projecting the graticules of parallels and meridians. Besides, there are some non-perspective or mathematical geometrical projections which are on the basis of qualitative attributes. Map projections are classified into the following three types. Equal area or equivalent projections. These projections maintain the true area. Number 2, the shape or orthomorphic or conformal projections. Number 3, true bearing or azimuthal projections. Conical projection. For the construction of a conical projection, the developable surface used is a cone which is supposed to be placed over a globe. The cone touches the globe along a parallel of latitudes which will be correctly represented on the projection. This parallel is called the standard parallel. When the light is placed at the center of the globe, the entire network of parallels and meridians is projected as shadows on the surface of the cone. The north pole is represented by apex of the cone. When this cone is developed into a plane surface, it provides a conical projection. The conical group of projections include the simple conical projection with one standard parallel, conical projection with two standard parallels, Bohn's projection or conical equal area projection, polygonic projections, sinusoidal projection, and international projections. Simple conical projection or conical projection with one standard parallel. Properties. Number 1, the parallels of latitudes are arcs of concentric circles and are equal spaced. Number 2, the meridians are straight lines radiating from the common center. Number 3, the scale is true along the standard parallel. Number 4, the scale is true along the central meridian as well as along the other meridians as they are radius of concentric circles. Number 5, the pole is represented by an arc of a circle but is different from the common center of the parallels. Number 6, the area is true in a narrow belt of both sides of standard parallel but exaggerated away from the standard parallel. Utility. The projection is suitable for small countries, regions extending east-west with a narrow north-south extension. Its chief merit is the illustrative quality for explanation of fundamental principles of conical projection. Conical projection with two standard parallel. It is a modified case of simple conical projection and is a non-perspective projection because the cone can touch the globe along one parallel only. In this case, two standard parallels are considered. Hence, it can show wider areas extending north-south. The standard parallels are selected such a way that nearly 2/3 of the north-south latitudinal extension is covered by them. Properties. Number 1. The parallels of arcs of concentric circles are equally spaced. Number 2. The meridians are straight lines radiating from the common center of radius of concentric curves. Number 3. The scale is true along two standard parallels as well as the central meridian and other meridians. Number 4. The distances between the standard parallels are shorter than the actual distances, but beyond them they are longer than the actual distances. Number 5. The pole is represented by an arc of a circle and different from the center of the concentric circles. Number 6. It is neither an equal area projection nor an orthomorphic projection. Use. It is a suitable projection for an extensive area in the middle latitudes like that of Russia or Canada because of the compensatory role of the two standard parallels. Bond's projection or conical equal area projection. It is a modified conical projection in which all the parallels are standard parallels. It was developed by R. Bonnet, a French cartographer. Properties. Number 1. The parallels are concentric circles, but their curvature depends on the curvature of the selected standard parallels for construction. Number 2. The meridians are smooth curves except a central meridian, which is a standard line. The scale is correct along all parallels because all of them are standard parallels drawn to scale. The scale is correct along the central meridian only. It is an equal area projection. This property is achieved by making each graticule equal in area to the corresponding quadrangle to the global as both the height and base are true to scale. It is not an orthomorphic projection because the shape becomes increasingly distorted away from the central meridian. Uses. It is used for the map for Europe, North America and Australia. In Netherlands, Belgium and Switzerland, it has been used for the topographical maps as well. Polygonic projection. It was designed by F. Hassler, an American cartographer. It assumes that a number of cones that are touching the globe along the different parallels which are true to scale, hence they are standard parallel, but their radius are separately determined as in the case of simple conical projection with one standard parallel. Properties. Number 1. The parallels are arcs of an concentric circles and are standard parallels. The meridians except the central meridians are smooth curves, but all are correctly divided along the parallels. The north-south distance shown correctly along the central meridians only. Away from the central meridians, the scale of longitude is exaggerated. Number 4. The polygonic projection is neither equal area nor orthomorphic, but it is a narrow belt along the central meridians. Both area and shapes are approximately correct. Number 5. The chief merit of the projection is its suitability for separating areas on small sheets which can be fitted on their northern and southern edges. Uses. It is suitable for large areas with a large latitudinal limited longitudinal extent. It is most suitable for the map of Chiles, Andes and Rockies. It has also been used for the topographical survey sheets in the United States of America. Sinusoidal projection. It was developed by Sanson, a French cartographer, and Flamsteed, a British astronomer. It is also called as sinusoidal projection because the meridians are represented by sine curves. Properties. Number 1. The equator is a straight line drawn to 2 scale, so are other parallels. Number 2. All meridians except the central meridians are shown by smooth curves. Number 3. The central meridians are equal to half of the length of the equator and is perpendicular to it. Number 4. It is an equal area projection but not orthomorphic one. Use. It is suitable for distributional maps. It has also been used for the maps of Africa and South America in atlases. International map projection. It is a modified polygonic projection designed by L. Leland and was adopted as the international map projection in 1909 for the topographical maps of the whole world on a scale of 1:1 million. Each sheet is constructed independent of other adjacent sheets covering 4-degree latitudes and 4-degree longitudes between 60° north and 60° south latitudes and between 60° and 88° latitudes. Each sheet covers 4-degree latitudes and 12-degree longitudes. Besides, these two sheets for the polar areas cover 4-degree latitudes and 4-degree longitudes. Thus, the total number of sheets for the international projection is about 2222. Cylindrical projection. Following are the main cylindrical projections. Number 1, natural cylindrical or true cylindrical projections. Simple cylindrical projection. Number 3, cylindrical equal area projection. Number 4, Mercator's projection or cylindrical orthomorphic projection. Natural cylindrical or true cylindrical projection. This is a perspective cylindrical projection where the hollow cylindrical circumscribes the globe and the light is placed at the center of the globe. On this projection, the equator is 2 to scale, but elsewhere there is exaggeration along both the latitudinal scale and the latitudinal scale, so that the polar areas cannot be depicted on this projection. Properties. Number 1, the line of latitudes and longitudes are straight lines. Number 2, the parallels and meridians meet one another at right angles. Number 3, the meridians are equispaced. Number 4, the parallels are not equidistant and all of them are equal to the equator in length. Number 5, both east-west scale and north-south scales are very much exaggerated and the amount of exaggeration is not the same in both directions. Use. Since the projection suffers from the defects of both area and shape, all these defects are rather too great away from the equator. The projection is almost useless. It is only narrow strip of both sides of the equator that the area can be called correct. The distances are correct only along the equator. This projection is very rarely used due to its demerits. Simple cylindrical projections. Classification based on developable surface. Map projections can also be classified based on the shape of the developable surface to which the Earth's surface is projected. A developable surface is a simple geometric form capable of being flattened without stretching, such as cylinder, cone or plane. For example, a cylindrical projection projects information from the spherical earth to a cylinder. The cylinder may be either tangent to the earth along a selected line or may be secant intersect the earth along two lines. Imagine that once the earth's surface is projected, the cylinder is wrapped to form a flat surface. The line where the cylinder is tangent or secant are the places with the least distortion. Properties. Number 1. Parallels and meridians are both straight lines. Number 2. Both the parallels and meridians are equispaced. Number 3. Parallels and meridians intersect at right angles. Number 4. Scale along the equator is correct. Number 5. Scales along the meridians are correct. Number 6. Projection is neither equal area nor orthomorphic. Cylindrical equal area projection. A projection that maintains accurate relative size is called an equal area or equivalent projection. These projections are used for maps that show distortions or other phenomena where showing area accurately is important. Examples are the Lambert azimuthal equal area projection and the Albert's equal area conic projection. Properties. The projection is an equal area projection. Number 2. Lines of latitudes and longitudes are all straight lines meeting at right angles. The distance between parallels decrease to the north and south away from the equator. Number 4. The length of parallels has been made equal to the length of the equator and hence east-west distances increase more away from the equator. The shape of the area represented becomes very much incorrect and distorted away from the equator. Uses. The projection is being an equal area can be used for showing distribution of any geographical phenomenon. But the shape becomes very much distorted in the higher latitudes, so that distribution will not be adequately shown in higher latitudes. This projection is therefore useful for showing distribution only in the low latitudes between 45 degrees north and south of the equator. The tropical crops, especially rubber, spices, rice, sugarcane, coconut, etc., are ideally shown on this projection. Mercator's projection. Mercator's projection is a type of map projection introduced in 1569 by Gerardus Mercator. It is often described as a cylindrical projection. The meridians are equally spaced, parallel vertical lines and the parallels of latitudes are parallel, horizontal straight lines spaced farther and further apart as their distance from the equator increases. This projection is widely used for navigation charts because any straight line on a Mercator projection map is a line of constant true bearing that enables a navigator to plot a straight line course. It is less practical for world maps because the scale is distorted. Areas further away from the equator appears disproportionately large. On a Mercator's projection, for example, Greenland appears to be greater than that of the continent of South America. Properties. Number 1. All the parallels and meridians are straight lines and intersect at right angles. Number 2. The meridians are equispaced, but the parallels are not equally spaced. Number 3. It is an orthomorphic projection. Number 4. The distances are correctly shown only along the equator. Number 5. The direction between the 2 points are correct. Number 6. The areas are much exaggerated in higher latitudes. Uses. The main use of this projection is for showing sailing routes, ocean currents and permanent winds. It is also used for meteorological charts, weather map of India. Universal Transverse Mercator or UTM projection. The UTM coordinate system is commonly used in geographic information system for larger scale areas within a certain UTM zone. The UTM projection is formed by using a transverse cylindrical projection, that is, the standard line runs along a meridian of longitude. The effect is to minimize distortion in a narrow strip running pole to pole. UTM divides the Earth into pole to pole zones 6 degrees of longitude wide. The first zone starts at the international date line, which is 180 degrees east, and the last zone 6D starts at 174 degrees east. Northings are determined separately for the areas north and south of the equator. Because distortion becomes extreme at northern latitudes, UTM is not normally used above 80 degrees north or south of the equator. Zenithal projection. Zenithal projections are obtained by projecting the graticules of latitudes and longitudes on a tangent plane surface. The main property of these projections is the center. This is why they are often called azimuthal projection. On the basis of position of the tangent plane, there are 3 types of zenithal projections. Number 1, polar zenithal projection. Number 2, polar equatorial projection. Number 3, polar oblique projection. On the basis of the source of light, the zenithal projections are classified into the following 3 types. Gnomonic zenithal projection, when the light is placed at the center. Stereographic zenithal projection, when the light is placed at a diagrammatically opposite point to that of the point of contact on the tangent plane. Number 3, orthographic zenithal projection, when the light is placed at infinity so that the rays of light are parallel to each other. Zenithal equal area projection. It is a non-perspective projection. It is also known as Lambert's azimuthal equivalent projection. Its construction is quite easy. A map projection in which the direction from a given central point to any other point is shown correctly, also called as zenithal projection. Properties. Number 1, the parallels are concentric circles but not equi-spaced. Number 2, the meridians are straight lines radiating from the center. Number 3, the distances along the parallels increase rapidly away from the center, but exaggeration is balanced by proportional shortening of distances along the meridians. That is why the areas remains correct. Number 4, it is an equal area projection. Number 5, the shape is distorted away from the center. Use. The projection is suitable for polar areas. It can be used for the hemisphere also. There are also other type of conventional projection. For example, globular projection, Gauss projection and Malevich projection, which are not very popular projections, hence they have not been dealt here. Conclusion. A map projection is used to portray all or part of the round earth on a flat surface. This cannot be done without some distortion. Every projection has its own set of advantages and disadvantages. There is no best projection. The map maker must select the one best suited to the needs, reducing distortion of the most important features. Map makers and geographers have devised almost limitless ways to project the image of the globe onto a paper. Scientists at the United States Geological Survey have designed projections for their specific needs, such as the space oblique Mercator, which allows mapping from satellites with little or no distortion. Thank you.